after much debate, I came up with 2 solutions. Number 1, hey friends, it's Jen. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dig into the issue that I have been talking about for probably a couple months now, which is how to handle my Makselife planner. So if you're new around here, and if you are, hey, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you are returning, thank you so much, you guys. I'm really happy that you're here. In my mid-year planner lineup video, and a couple months before that as well, I've been talking about how while I absolutely love the Makselife system, the Makselife Flagship planner that I purchased at the beginning of this year, it's just not working for me. It's not working for a couple reasons. Number 1, it's a really big planner. It's a big planner. It's not the kind of planner that you can tote around with you. I mean, maybe some people, but for me, not so much. And it's not my everyday planner because I like to use a half letter planner. I'll show it to you. This is my half letter. I just did a setup of this half letter. I'll link it for you if you're interested, but you can see it's quite a bit smaller. So part of the issue was that I wasn't always returning to my goals to check in on them, particularly my monthly goals, because my weekly goals, they were always top of mind, and I would transfer them to my planner a lot of the time or schedule in the tasks into my planner. So that part wasn't so much an issue, but I wasn't always circling back to my monthly goals. I definitely wasn't good about doing the monthly reflections, but you know, true confessions of a dietitian, I really stink doing my goal reflections. I'm inner reflecting all the time, but doing it on paper, I'm not very disciplined with it, even though I know it's so valuable. As I said in my mid-year lineup video, I have had a lot of inner conflict about this because this is a beautiful planner and I didn't want to pull it apart, but I have to. I have to because it's just not working. And I use several planners. That's just what works for me. I like keeping certain things separated. I don't have a lot of space. I have a little house, and my office and filming area are down in my basement. But, you know, I'm a mom with small children. I'm often not down here. And so I keep a Happy Planner storage tote that I keep my planners in, so this way I can bring them down here if I want to, but I can also keep them upstairs. And this is taking up a ton of room in there, and I'm not really always going back to it. Now, I do want to say, like, I flipped through here as I was prepping for this video. I've used it a lot. I definitely used it for most of the year, but there's just over the last couple months, it's gotten kind of like less and less so. I'm not going to do a full flip through because I do have one up on the channel. I can link that for you. But just to kind of give you a very brief overview, you have a tab at the beginning with all your goal setting instructions. And then you have your assessment. And, you know, part of why I bought this planner was because I loved the idea of having something that wasn't going to get pulled apart, because I absolutely love disc-bound planning because you can make it everything you want it to be, but it also has an impermanence to it in that I've had a bad habit over the years of pulling a planner apart when I decided I didn't like the way it was, and then just sort of losing track of everything. That's why I'm starting a planner organization series. Drop it down in the comments below what you'd like to see added to that series. So far, there's one video up of organizing stickers, but there's going to be many. So let me know what you'd like to see. So you can see, like, I've been working in here. I purposefully didn't set many annual goals because I just didn't know, but I set a couple. Never did my vision board. And, you know, but I've done my monthly goals. I was using the weekly layout for some like pre-planning to help me time block. But the problem is this isn't an hourly layout. It's a vertical lined layout. And I was using their washi tape to put in the hours, but frankly, I haven't had the time. I haven't had the time for it. And I'm using these inserts from Jane's Agenda now that have an hourly block at the top. So I kind of don't need that anymore. So after much debate, I came up with two solutions. Number one, I had purchased on clearance a quarter's worth of their A5 inserts, which are a weekly overview page, daily pages, and all the goal setting stuff. I thought about trimming down the pages that I wanted to use and putting them right into my half letter so it would always be there to look at. However, this was not a cheap planner, not at all. It was probably my most expensive planner. I'm not complaining about that because I'm very happy to support a small business. So I'm not complaining about that. However, it was a lot of money to me. I don't want to just disregard this. And the other inserts I have are undated, so I could use them anytime. So what I've decided is I am going to experiment with pulling some pages out of here, trimming them, punching them, and putting them into my Sunday planner, which you may have seen me set up again recently, where I have an additional goal setting section because there are certain aspects of this planner that weren't there that I really like. I need brain dump room and I need a place to work out my quarterly goals because those are my favorite goals to set. I like to do quarterly, monthly, weekly, annual, even though I know it's a great thing to do. It's just been overwhelming for me at this point, especially this year. But anyway, I am going to do all of that on camera here with you today. I'm going to build my ultimate goal setting section in this planner. And I'm going to do this in two parts in that today is going to be the setup. And then I will eventually come back with a video after I've really filled out a lot of stuff and walk you through more of my thinking on goal setting and all of that. And if you don't know, when I first started this channel, I did do a goal setting series. There's a whole playlist of videos around goal setting in your planner. So if you're looking for additional support on that, maybe you want to check out that playlist. I will certainly link it here for you. But anyway, let's just get into this, right? Enough chit chat. Let's build my ultimate goal setting section. Okay, so the Makselife Flagship planner is on an O-ring binding, which is another thing that is making this planner not work for me. It's driving me a little bit nuts. So what I'm going to do, I could probably just tear these off. I wasn't sure if I needed to snip them off, but maybe for neatness, I will snip off this page. I'm not sure. We'll try that. It might not be necessary, but we'll just do that for now. Some snipping. So here we go. I might, this is taking a lot of work and I do plan to take quite a few more pages out of here. I'll probably rip the rest of them, but I already am snipping, so I might as well snip it, right? So that's that. Now, these are 7x9 pages, which are slightly smaller. Whoops. I'm ripping it already. I guess I didn't snip one right. There we go. They are a little smaller than Happy Planner. Just to show you, it will be a tiny bit small, but I'm okay with it. It'll be all right. Also, once I trim this, the punches are going to go into the page a little bit. That's just unavoidable. So I've got my paper trimmer. maybe just like that. Now, my blade probably needs to be replaced, but hopefully it works out fine. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, very good. And then what I'll do, I'm going to pull out more pages and do all of this, but I'm going to speed through all of that. Otherwise, this video will be 17 years, but just to show you this one. So I've got my Happy Planner punch. I can link the punch for you. I have a lavender punch as well, which is more heavy duty. It's a better punch, to be honest. But when I'm punching papers, you can't really use this on cardstock and things like that. It will break it. I've seen people try. I've seen people break it. But it works fine on paper. It works great on paper. And then the punch matches your Happy Planner stuff because the lavender punch is a little bit shorter. So I'm going to go with that. There are guides on here to help you with the size. But since this isn't quite the same page size, I think what I'll do, I'm going to line it up with one of the Happy Planner pages so I could see how I want the punches to sit. So I think like that. Yeah, I think that's all right. Ta-da! Now, I'm thinking on this. I probably should have waited to punch it in case I changed my mind about how I want it, because I could have made it so it would sit on that side, but I was kind of already playing with my setup. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and speed through ripping out and trimming and punching the rest of the pages that I want to use, and then we're going to get to building the section of the planner. Okay, so I decided not to punch everything yet because maybe as I build it, I might change my mind. Although I will tell you, I have pre-planned what I'm going to do here because if you've ever set up a Frankenplanner, you know it can be time consuming and you may have a vision of what you're going to do. And then as you actually get into it, you change your mind, things like that. So anyway, here's the start of the section now. I already had to pull some pages out of this planner. It's going to be tight on these discs. I clearly need expander discs if I'm going to keep all the sections in here. And if you're curious, what I have in here is my goal setting section, which is empty right now because I pulled everything out so I could rebuild it. My daily pages, Happy Planner daily pages. This was a meal planning and recipe, like plan with me kind of area. For now, I pulled all the meal planning pages out because I really haven't been using them. I kept this page because I do want to make a list of go-to meals. And then I kept some of the recipe pages in. And then I have my business section because one of my goals I'm working on is bringing back my nutrition coaching business, which is Gold Nutrition. I have some stuff that I've started but haven't like fully worked through, but that's all of that. So that's what this is. I call this my Sunday planner because I typically mainly use it on Sunday. It's kind of my use it when I need it planner. Although I'm thinking if I move my goal setting into here, I may use it more frequently, but I tend to like to work on my goals on Sunday anyway. So may still live up to its name. All right. So I'm going to pull this out for the moment so I'm not working around it. Okay. So first thing, I have a page of dot grid paper that I'm putting in from the Colorful Leopard journal. That's an old Happy Planner journal. I also want to mention that I am a Happy Planner affiliate. So I do have my Happy Planner link down in the description box. I do earn a small commission if you choose to shop those links. So thank you so much if you do that. So first I have a dot grid page that is just going to be kind of a cute cover page where I'm going to put a Q3, Q4. And then another dot grid page. I never made a vision board this year. And to be honest, I still might not. But I really love having a vision board. I've made a wellness vision board at least every year. I really had intended to make a full vision board, but I just never did. So I still may do that. So I'm going to put these pages here for now, and that's where I would put it if I do. Then this is where I'm going to put my mid-year goals. That's what I'm going to call them. I wrote here annual goals because that's how I kind of do it when I'm pre-planning. I use sticky notes to like mark off what the pages are. But let's be real, we're at mid-year. But I did come up with goals that I want to work on for the rest of the year. In the Makselife system, there are different areas of focus for your goal setting. They're personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. I am choosing to focus only in 3 areas. Now, does that mean I'm never setting any monthly or weekly goals in other areas? No, not necessarily. But the truth of the matter is, if you're going to work on anything that's kind of really big or needs effort, the more things you spread yourself across, the less effort you have, right? Or the more burnt out you get, which is absolutely what happened to me when I started this business and part of why I took a step back. I was burning the candle at both ends for months on end. I was like literally barely sleeping, and it was no good. So my quarterly compass review is going to go here. And the goals that I'm going to be working on are around my physical environment. It is my goal that everything in my home have a place. Everything has its home. That's something I learned from Clutterbug. Highly recommend that channel. And I've actually done a lot of work towards that goal, but still have so much work to do. That's one of the things I'm going to be working on. I'm also working on my health and wellness. That's the other big focus. And the third focus is to revive my gold nutrition business. So those are the things that I need to build sections in here for. So I've got my quarterly compass. Now you can see the punch went into the word steps here. It's okay. I mean, is it ideal? No, but it's okay. I'll work with it. So I still need to do my quarterly compass, but I'm gonna. And then I have these pages that came from this goal setting journal, which is what this cover is from. This was a Be Happy box that was out back around Christmas time, I believe, or maybe even before that. I think I bought it around Christmas time. It was on sale. You can still get the goal setting journal on its own, but it's just a different theme, like look to it. I love this one though. So I have 2 of these, one to work out my quarterly goals around gold nutrition and one to work out my quarterly goals around health and wellness. So those are going in. Because this is what I really like to do. I really like to map it all out, break down the steps, make it doable. And then after that, I'm adding in these pages from the Colorful Leopard journal that are going to be for my goal around physical environment, because when you open this up, you have all these boxes, and I'm going to assign a room of the house to each box. Depending on the room, there may be a couple boxes per room, or there may be something like the hallway closet or the bathroom cabinet, or whatever nitty gritty things I need to do. And this way I can break down all the little things that need to be done in each room, and I can check them off as they go. I don't really expect to complete this by the end of the year per se, but I'm going to give it my best effort and do as much as I can. So I'm not sure what I'll put here. Maybe I'll use it for brain dump area. I did already start doing some brain dumping, and I'll probably just throw those notebook pages in at the end, and I have to continue the brain dump. That's just how I work. I need it to somewhere to just sort of feel like I could just scribble and vomit out ideas, and then I put it into a neater, more easy to follow format on the nice pages. So that's what this is going to be. And then we're going to add in the rest of the Makselife stuff. So I did cut out the monthly reflections for June. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to even bother. Like, frankly, it's the week of July 10th by the time that I'm filming this. But I want to be honest with you about that because, you know, life isn't perfect and I'm often behind, and doesn't matter. I've still accomplished a lot more being cool with the fact that I'm getting to it late than I did by just throwing my hands in the air and saying, oh, well, I'm too late. It's too late. It's never too late. You know, I say that to my patients all the time. It's never too late to take good care of yourself. It's never too late. So I might just use this page for the end of July instead. So let me put it aside. Here are the July goals area. So let's go ahead and punch them. I think I can get away with 2 sheets punching. You can see I didn't punch these perfectly. It's okay. You know, honestly, it's tough doing things on camera sometimes, but frankly, I would have messed it up anyway, to be honest. It's okay. All right, so let's see. I think I like that. Yep, that was fine. I'm not sure if I'll cover this up, or if I don't end up using this, I might just glue this down to here. I haven't really decided. Then I'm going to add in my weekly pages. So I did include this week's, next week's, and last week of July. So let's punch those. Here, let me move this. Add these on. All right, that works. And then, since I already trimmed it and everything, I'm just going to go ahead and use this for my July monthly reflection, which it doesn't say the month on it, so it's fine. Oh, silly me. I probably should have punched it the other way. That's okay. Yeah, I could have put it like that. See you guys. That's okay, though. It's fine. Now I'll know for next time. If there is a next time. We'll see how it all works out. Okay. So, let's recap, shall we? First of all, this vision board had come in that box, and I've just honestly had it in here because I think it looks pretty as a front page. They call it a vision board. It's not really what I think of as a vision board, but it is kind of like a worksheet. They're nice pages. I just don't really need to use them right now. I've considered just taking it out, but for now I'm just going to leave it there just because it's pretty. Then we have our divider that will start our goals section. I still haven't labeled the tabs in here. I usually do hold off to see how the whole planner is going to work out for me, but I do have a label maker when I want to. So then we'll open up, we'll have our Q3, Q4 cover page just to be cute. And then perhaps I'll be making my vision board. Let me know if you want me to do that on camera. I do have a couple videos. Actually, the very first video I ever made on this channel was of my wellness vision board. I absolutely love that creative process. Then we'll have our annual goals here, or mid-year goals, whatever I want to call it. I have my quarterly compass so I can look this over, even though honestly, I probably kind of already came to the conclusions that I'm going to make, but I do think it's interesting because you're doing a scoring and then you're comparing it to how you felt at the beginning of the year to see your progress. And like I said, I've done a lot, so I do think it'll be worthwhile to do that. Then I have my quarterly goal worksheets. It's kind of what I'm going to call it. So one for my business goals, one for my wellness goals, and the backs of these pages do have these monthly habit trackers. I have to be like really, really frank with you. I stink with habit trackers. I'm no good with them, but they're there if I want to use them. And then I have my pages that I added in that I will use for my physical environment goals or my organizing my home goals. Probably will clip these together. Then I have my monthly goals sheets from my Makselife. And then I get into my weekly actions, which I will probably, I kind of do this now anyway, will transfer my weekly goals into the planner because I have my half letter planner where I would probably put most of my weekly goals into my weekly spread in there. And then I do have a separate wellness planner. It's my Erin Condren Life planner. I will put my wellness goals into there. That's what I've been doing so far. And so I just put July in here for now to see how it all goes. And then I have the monthly reflections page from my Makselife. And that's it. I probably will just add in back my brain dump pages so I can finish brain dumping before I start filling all of this out. This is making my heart happy, you guys. This is making my heart happy. I already feel better. So I'm excited. It remains to be seen if this is the best option or if I should be using the A5 version right in my half letter. It's a process, right? It's a process. Seasons of life change. Our planning changes. We have to be flexible and roll with it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you do anything like this? Do you use the Makselife? Give me all your tips and tricks. I always appreciate that. I love chatting planners with you guys. And that is going to do it for this one, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.